Hey friendos, how's it going? It's the Enforcer here with another NHL 2021 season preview. Now I'm going to be doing the Canadian Division, and this is the one that has caused the most change into who plays who. You've got teams from basically three divisions originally in the normal NHL setup by regionality have now, because of the border being closed between the United States and Canada, that they have to play each other just because the law requires you have to quarantine for 14 days when crossing borders and whatnot, and the NHL just would not be able to do that if you flew in from Vancouver and then Dallas has to sit there for 2 weeks before they can play Vancouver, and then they have to fly back out. Logistically, can't do that. So they've had to move the divisions in a way to where all the Canadian teams play each other, and because there's only 7, that you're playing the other 6 teams roughly 10 times a year. Now, if that doesn't breed hatred, if that does not breed animosity, if that does not breed rivalry between teams that normally wouldn't be rivals, I don't know what will. You're going to be playing series of games. You're going to go into someone's home rink, play them one night, take a day off, and then play them again. And then you're either going to go home and play somebody for 2 or continue on the road. So this is going to be extremely interesting. And like I say, this is going to be a season unlike any other. I'm just giving a quick preview as to how I think things may go down, but once again, this is a season nobody has ever had to try and predict or go through or navigate these waters. So as soon as I say this, by the time the puck drops on Wednesday, it could all be for naught for what I'm saying here. Like, the biggest dark horse could end up winning this division. Who knows? Long shot, but a shot nonetheless. All right, so I'm going to get started with the team that I think has the least chance of making the playoffs in this division. Once again, 4 teams are going to make the playoffs in this division. Now, I think the one, because they are in a complete and total rebuild and still in the middle of it, is the Ottawa Senators. Now, they went ahead and went back to their original jersey, which is not this. It's their original one that they came into the league in 1992-93. And I don't have that one yet. Maybe down the road I will. But I got this Centurion guy staring at me. He doesn't have the Scooby-Doo eyes. But anyway, young team, building a core. Let's see what they do. They could spoil some teams some nights, especially if they catch them not up to play. If these guys are ready to play, some nights they may be able to get a couple teams. So I'm going to go Ottawa as having the least chance of making the playoffs coming out of the Canadian Division. Now, from here on, and I know people are probably seeing this, from here on, any one of these 6, honestly, truly, actually, and factually, could make the playoffs, in my opinion, just because there is so little difference between, let's say, 3rd and 6th in the Canadian Division, that you could just scramble them up in a bag, lay them out, and then there's your order. And people would say, I could believe that. So, who I think is probably the least likely is Vancouver. Now, I know people are saying they went to the west, they took the Knights to a long journey here. There was a chance for them to actually, they stifled the Golden Knights for a long time. Took them to 7. Couldn't get the job done though, but still, I think there's an outside chance, but probably a lot of mixing of going on. I love that they added Nate Schmidt, Holtby on that team, gives them a presence. Could be what they need. After that, I'm gonna go with Montreal. If you guys saw the Montreal unboxing, you know I love Nick Suzuki. You know I absolutely adore him. He is a good player, good guy. And I wish him nothing but the best. They traded patches away, and that's how I got this thing on a deal. But this is a beautiful jersey too. But they once again, they have a chance. Outside chance, kind of. They were a 12 seed and they knocked off the 5 seed in that bubble playoffs. But we'll see how that goes. Now you got into 4th that I think, and it's Winnipeg. They have Vezina Trophy winner Connor Hellebuck. But once again, they could absolutely make this. They could absolutely make it. They could squeeze into this thing, no, not a problem. They could be 4th, they could be 1st, they could be 6th. Think that absolutely could happen. And a lot of times these games are going to be the most hard-hitting, the most brutal games of the night, just because there's so little teams compared to the others that they're going to be playing every night. I could see mass animosity happening. Now, the third one that I think it could be is Calgary Flames. A year removed from them winning the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. And the bones of a good team are there. Goaltending, I'm not so sure, but they got a decent defense, decent offense, and they could catch some teams slipping. Now, this is where I get into the last two, and I think what you got here is a tale of the haves and the have-nots. Some nights these teams are going to be the nots, these guys are going to be the haves. And they're not the Canadian haves, but they're going to be the haves of having the teams, the players, the offense to go, and that's going to be Toronto. Austin Matthews, Tavares, so many other ones. I love their goaltending. Their defense is a bit lax at times, but it could get it done. And I think this could be a bit of rivalry brewing in a regular season, which is amazing for a Canadian team, with this next one, who I think has all the chips, has all the cards, has all the ability to get going in this division, and that is the Edmonton Oilers. You got McDavid, you got Draisaitl, you got Nugent Hopkins. You've got so many pieces that it could happen where they could go on a run. This could be the year that possibly a Canadian team would win, go deep, just because they're going to be knocking each other out, and they could be solidifying their power into one team. So there you go, guys. The Canadian Division as I see it. Once again, Wednesday, puck drops. Everything could be blown up here. Who knows who's going to catch what, who's going to play what, who's going to get injured. But I appreciate you guys checking me out. Thank you, friendos. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Thank you. Like, follow, subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.